Hi guys, welcome to Gemma B Makes. This is episode 13 of my crafting podcast where I talk about all the things that I've been making over the past couple of weeks. This time I've been doing some sewing, I've been knitting and I've been crocheting. So I'm going to jump straight into it guys this week. As some of you may know, welcome if you're new, but my lovely returning viewers know I am a mum of two. So I've got Edward, who is 6 on Saturday. He is very excited about that. We're counting down the days, 2 more sleeps. And I've got James, who is nearly 11 months. His birthday is in March, so he is nearly 1. And I do these podcasts while he sleeps, and we get a very, do we get 10 minutes? Do we get an hour? We just don't know. So I'm going to jump straight into it today, okay, with a couple of finished objects. So I'm going to start with what I'm wearing. So it's not a very good view because I'm sat down on the floor, but this is the Freya dress by Tilly and the Buttons in the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book with a cowl neck. So I'm going to try and get up a little bit, but I can't do much because I'm literally sat down. So let's have a, oh look, you can just have a closer view of my bust. So this material is a really, really soft stretch jersey. It's a knit fabric, and it feels a little bit, I don't know if we can, it feels a little bit, I don't know, velvety, but not quite. So it kind of gets stuck, you know, when I'm putting my coat on. So it's not for the best for putting layers over the top, but it's so warm. It goes down to, oh, I'm gonna play to here. So it covers my bum, nice giant bottom that it is, and it is the most comfortable thing that I have ever made. I have lived in it since I've made it. I think it's already been through the washing machine like 3 times. So yeah, it's really, really simple to make. It only comes in 4 parts. 5 parts, front, back, 2 sleeves and the cowl, and it's really, really easy to do and it's so comfortable. I'm going to be making lots more of these. I don't think I'll quite make the dress version. I'll think I'm going to stop, you know, just so it covers, you know, as a top basically. But yeah, I've got some more material that I picked up at the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching Show, which is where I got this from. I don't know the name of the stall I got it from actually. It might have been Bombay Stores. I'm sorry, I don't know. But yeah, it's really, really comfortable. Although I did find out when making it, it burns with the iron. So I did my first seam and went to press it and sizzled it all. So test your fabric, people, before you start cutting and making, because I think it's on the shoulder seam. I've got a tiny little bit because I managed to take all the burn out with the seam allowance. But yeah, that was a bit devastating. As soon as I did it, I was like, no. Anyway, it all worked out well. It's fine. I just didn't iron the seams. So the shoulder sticks up a little tiny bit, but nothing that I'm bothered about. And I think it's come out anyway since I've washed it a couple of times. So it's fine. So I'm really, really happy with this. I will, like I say, I will definitely be making more of them. It fits so nice, it's so comfortable and it's so warm. I'm going to see if I can get some more of this fabric as well, because it really is cosy and comfy. Super nice. So that's my sewing. I'm going to show I'm going to say that's all I've been doing for sewing, but I didn't. I made one more thing and I'll show you it because it's so bad. Oh, what have I done with it? I'm sat on it. I made a hat for James ages ago. It's the hat that he wears every day and it's getting a bit snug and small. So I thought, oh well, I'll try and make him another one. And the first hat that I made, I didn't have a pattern. I just measured his head and just, you know, made a hat. I cut out 2 pieces and popped a little bit of a dart in. I just watched a YouTube video and just kind of self-drafted a pattern, and I tried to do it again and it turned into like this little mushroom thing. Oh, it's so bad. So the first one I lined with a bit of fleece and I put a bit of jersey over the top, just so it keeps it on, so it's a little bit of a stretch. It did not work. It looks like a little mushroom head. So poor James is still hatless, but I have downloaded a free PDF that I'm going to make James a hat with, because he really needs another one. His poor little head keeps getting squished. He's putting his hat on. Oh, sorry guys, you'll have to excuse my hair today. So like I say, it's sleepy time and I've literally jumped out of the shower and gone, oh, he's asleep, let's still do it. We're still asleep, let's just get done. So, wet hair, we don't care. Oh, okay. While I'm still in sewing, I might as well talk about this. So while I was at the knitting and stitching show, I bought a kit to make a handbag. They were on show, cool little bags, all hanging from the thing. They looked really, really nice. So I bought 2 kits. So this one with cool little owls, and it's got like a mustardy, I don't know if you can see that, a mustard coloured lining. And then I bought this greeny, kind of yellowy, again mustardy colour, with the flowers, with a brown lining. Again, can you see that through the plastic? I'm not taking it all out. Anyway, oh, I will take it out because I need to show you, don't I? So I got really excited for making these bags. I thought, do you know what, it's a kit, it's going to be like the easiest thing to do in the world. It comes with like a thing of instructions, and look, that's the bag that you get to make at the end. So that's the bag that it turns into. It's just something really simple, and I thought it's really easy to pop it over your arm to have your knitting in. You know, while you just, I don't know, while I'm stood at soft play or whatever, I can have it in the bag still knitting. Thought it was a good idea. So I went to make one of these bags the other day. It's supposed to come as a kit. So this kit costs what, £14.50. And when I opened the kit, I want to show you, you get a yard of fabric. No, you don't. You get half a metre. You get half a metre of fabric. You get half a metre of the lining. A pattern piece. So there's a pattern piece that's already cut. So you place that over the top and trace. And a piece of elastic. And a button for £14.50. I was like, no, that's okay. But do you know when you buy a kit, I don't know why, but I expected it to come already cut. That's what I was paying for. I wanted the pieces. I just wanted to place the pieces together and just sew them. I was like, okay, no, you can't expect that, Gemma. It's too much to ask. Giving the pattern pieces is fine. But then the first thing that you say to do is, if you would like a more structured finish to your bag, which we recommend, you need an interfacing. This is an extra £3 per quarter of metre. Are you kidding? So it doesn't even come with all the pieces. They want you to interface it, and then it doesn't come with that piece. Like, it's the first instruction, interface it, and there's no interfacing. I just think that's a little bit rude. Now, I don't even know who the kit's by, so I can't even like name and shame. Not that I would anyway. It was just a disappointing thing. Is that, I just think, you know, if you're paying £14.50 for a kit, then first include all the pieces, but then, I don't know, I just feel a little bit ripped off. It's half a metre of 2 fabrics and something that I could have downloaded. And I've paid a lot of money for it, and I just think, if you've paid a lot of money, you should get all the pieces. Anyway, little disappointments in life. Just get over it. I've got so much interfacing. I know that I have interfacing because, you know, I have it. It's there. But I shouldn't have to use it. I've bought a kit. You should get all the pieces, right? Is that just me? It might just me. Maybe it's because they say if you want a more structured fit, if you want a more structured look to your bag, which you do. You want to anyway, I'll stop moaning about it. They're still going to look really cute when they're finished. I just have to use extra pieces that I shouldn't have had to. I don't know why. I really thought I would take out the pieces and just put them together. I thought they'd already be cut. That's what I bought. That's what I thought I was buying. It was not what I was buying. I was paying a lot of money for half a yard of fabric that I could have picked up for about £4.50. Anyway, enough moaning. I'm sorry. That was a little bit of a whinge, wasn't it? I don't really often moan about things because things don't ever really bother me. I'm really quite a chilled out person. I think if my friends were to describe me, I think that was probably the most thing that everybody would say would be she's super chill. Things don't really get to me. I don't really get annoyed. I don't really get bothered by stuff. Things just go over my head. I'm not bothered. Anyway, I'll stop moaning. We're all allowed a little moan, right? Okay, let's move on. Okay, so I've got lots of things to show you, and I'm aware that we're snoozing, so let's move on. So I want to show you my finished object of socks. Look at this, guys. I have two. I actually have a pair of socks. How cool is that? I'm getting messages. How cool is that? So these are the Coffee Talk socks by Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls, and I've knit them in hedgehog fibres, skinny singles in the Where's My Bike Where's My Bike colourway, and the heels and the toes are both neon minis from the Yarn Lab UK. I've loved making these. So I started these in the summer last year. At the end of summer, it was, well, I started them when I went to a Bingley festival in September. So yeah, I got to the heel in September and kind of put them down and didn't pick them up again. Oh no, what did I do? Last time I showed them, oh, I knit all the way, didn't I? And I had to pull the toe back. So I pulled the toe back and I knit the rest of the toe and I carried on, and the second sock flew. Now, those eagle eyes of you might notice that my heels are different. I don't know what I did. Well, I do know what I did now. So this one I did correctly by the pattern, and this one, so I've only ever knit like 3 socks ever, and I'd totally forgotten how to, the pattern on the heel, so you do a slip stitch pattern, don't you, to get that more of a texture, so it's got more of hard wearing because it's the hard wearing heel. And on this heel I slip stitched every stitch, so you slip one, knit one, slip one, knit one, and then purl all the way back. And on this one I slipped one, knit one, and then I slipped one, purled one as well, so I actually slipped every stitch. So it's just got more of a hard wearing heel, to be fair. It's just got like an extra texture on the inside, and I didn't realise I'd done that until I did this one, and there's no, I don't know how I'd take that out and start again, not in a million years. But I'm really happy with them. They fit lovely, they're so really nice, and the second sock just flew. Just really did. I think I did the whole thing in about 2 or 3 days. I really enjoyed it, and this yarn is so nice. So I've still got a little bit left over. In fact, I've still got quite a lot left over. So this is it in the cake, and I think I might have enough to get some mittens, and it feels super duper soft. So I'm really excited to see if I can actually make something else out of it. Wow, the sun just came out. And this came all the way from Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam, from my lovely sister who bought me presents last year. So I can actually say I've finally got a pair of socks that I can wear all for me. I'm so excited about that. So soft. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Don't think I can say much more about them. So I'm going to move on to my next finished object, because I have another one, which is crochet, which is the Echo Chambers Mystery Crochet Along. So I finally finished. So look at this, guys. How cool is this? Can't get it all in the shot, can I? So it's like a big deep V, and it goes all the way along. I really enjoyed doing this. Every single part of it taught me a different technique. I loved doing these super... I blocked this last night, guys, and I think I've overstretched it a little bit. It's a little bit see-through now. It felt a lot denser last night, but I quite like it because it's really stretched it out. It's really warm. So yeah, I learnt these big long pick-up stitches down here. They look really nice. And then the Tunisian crochet border, which I'd never done before, that used both of them. Let's see if we can see that. So, and it's so nice. This yarn has made like the loveliest texture. It's completely flat on this side, and it's kind of reversible, but it's like bobbly on this side. But it's so nice, it feels lovely. So the yarn, let me just find this little for you. So the yarn is Fibre Spates, and it is the Vivacious 4-ply, which is the grey colour, and the Fairy Wings, which is the magenta. And the Fairy Wings is 69% mulberry silk, 22% mohair and 9% polyamide, and the grey is 100% superwash merino. So it's so, the combination of them together just feels luscious. It's really nice, and it fits lovely. And these school runs are killing me at the minute. It's so cold around here at the moment. Although today wasn't that bad, but the fact that this just kind of fits up really round my neck. I've got a nice long big, it just fits lovely. It's going to be my new everyday scarf. I really like it, and it just feels so nice. I really enjoyed taking part online again. So the crochet along is part of is on Instagram and Facebook. I was all hashtag Team Hot Gossip. I loved every part of it. I haven't put any finished pictures up yet though. I'll do that today, I think, because I hadn't blocked it, but I've blocked it now, so I'll see if I can get some good pictures of it and pop them up online. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am Gemma B Makes on Instagram as well, so you can come along and join us on there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one. Keep it up, the crochet project. I've really enjoyed it. Did I say that? It's the crochet project. This was the Echo Chambers Mystery Crochet Along. I've done both. Well, I've done two of their crochet alongs now. I don't know if they've done one before actually. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I did the first one or if I just jumped in on a bandwagon. Don't know. But I've done two of them now, and I've enjoyed them both immensely. And I will do any more that they keep churning out, because I've really enjoyed it. And the first time I did it, I never bought the kit that it came with. I chose my own yarn to do it with, and I bought the kit this time, but simply because I had money for Christmas, and it just so happened that they had one left. So I thought, right, because I was going to stash dive for it, but I'm really glad I picked up the Fairy Wings, because it's something that I don't think I ever would have chosen on my own, and it's really, really nice. I've got yarn left, quite a bit actually, so again I might see if I can add some stripes into I don't know, some mittens or something, or some gloves that I can go with, or maybe a hat, so I can have a hat and a matching scarf. That's an idea. Oh yeah, it's just so nice. But this one mixed together as this just feels lovely. Really, really nice. So I'll stop going on about it, but I really did enjoy it. Oh, now my battery is going low. What am I going to do? Guys. Okay. This is a little bit of a fail on my part. The battery on the camera is about to give out. So what I'm going to do is swap devices and film the rest on my phone. So give me 2 minutes, I'm going to just do a little swap over. So excuse complete quality change. Okay guys, I had to do a complete change of phone, change of location. The light is crazy bright. A little bit different here. You can see a couple of toys going on around here. Oh, there's some bubbles. Anyway, random location change, camera change and everything. Why not, eh? Okay, so I'm going to carry on with my finished objects because I've got another one. So this is a hat for my grandma. Yes, I said my grandma. So she was 91 on the 1st of February, and she asked me for a super colourful hat. So that's exactly what I made her. So this yarn is called Party Time by James C. Brett, and the pattern is the bulky waffle hat, the chunky waffle hat. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll do the usual, and it was super duper quick because it was done in a chunky yarn, a bulky yarn, super duper fast. So I little bit snug even on my tiny pea head, but my grandma has got an even smaller head than me. Who would have thought that that could have even have happened? Yeah, so I made the hat for her as the pattern suggests. The pattern does not have the rim, so as you can see I knit from here and did the hat as it said, and then I gave it to her and she said, where's the rim? She was still trying to turn it over to put it on. This doesn't have one. Well, it needs one. Okay. So I had to take it back and I picked up some stitches and I knit a rim for her. So there you go. The pattern doesn't normally have a rim, but my grandma's does. And I need to give her it back today, so that's why I thought I'd show it off before I got it. I really enjoyed doing it, and since I did this one, Edward wants it, and it fits him perfectly as well. So I think I might pick up. I haven't got enough yarn to make another one, so I might see if I can maybe hold some of the yarn that I've already got double. Does that work? Is that how yarn works? So if I've got some lovely DK that I was going to make Edward a hat out of, but if I wanted to make the bulky one, do I just hold it double and that'll give me bulky? I don't know, we'll find out. I'm going to give it a try anyway because he really liked it, and I don't want to buy any more yarn because I have lots. I need to use everything that I've got now because I've got some really nice news that I'm going to tell you a little bit later. The reason for my I wouldn't say abstinence of buying yarn, but I'm going to knock it on the head for a little bit anyway. Oh, as my hair is drying, it's just getting crazier and crazier. It's just getting bigger and bigger. So do you know when you're pregnant and your hair is beautiful and luscious and they have loads of it, and then you have your baby and about 3 or 4 months after you've had your baby it all falls out? Like I had bald patches here, and now I have this crazy, just tiny little bits of hair that are growing everywhere. So now when I straighten my hair or if I tie my hair up, I have just got this crazy just frizz and they're coming through in seriously tight ringlets. Like, it's not pleasant at the minute, my hair. It's crazy. Anyway, that's why it's constantly like just tied up, just mum hair. I have mum hair all the time. Anyway, random tangent. Let's get back to the knitting because I still have loads. But that is all my finished objects. So the hat was the last thing that I finished. I have 2 whips that I'm currently working on. I did have 3 because I was taking part in Mel's hook along that was the Christmas Eve cast on of crochet socks. I ripped my crochet socks out last night and I don't think I'm going to cast them back on. They weren't making me happy. They didn't fit and I didn't think they were going to be comfortable when they actually fit. So they've gone. So smell. I really wanted to take part and I really wanted to finish something at the end, but I think what I'm going to do is find a different pattern. Even then, I don't know. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. But for now, crochet socks have gone. So I've just got the 2 whips that I'm currently working on. I've still got a box of them, but that I'm currently working on. So both are knitting. The first one is the Zweig, kept in my handmade bag with my lovely little crochet, my little pins. I love my pins. My little Marceline is my favourite. So this is my Zweig. I have made quite a lot of progress on here. I've been knitting. So this is the Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter. And it is knit in a Hey Sister Yarn Co kit of a merino cashmere nylon. It's super luxurious, super soft in the pulse and the gilded colourways. So here I was last time and I've managed to put quite a few inches on it and I'm down to here. So I think I've still got another ½ an inch to go and then I'll start my ribbon and then I finish the body of my sweater. I'm so excited to be able to wear this. It's so lovely. It's luxurious and soft and you can't see it because the camera's at the wrong angle. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. It's so nice. And this one has been, because it's just knit, round and round and round, I have finally mastered the technique of not being able to, I can do it without looking. So a little bit, anyway, you know, I'll put a full needle full of stitches and then I can knit those stitches while watching The Punisher. And yeah, so I'm really happy. So I can manage play groups because I can still watch James and do a bit of knitting, and I can manage the TV watching that normally I have to watch, because you know we've all got the TV that's on in the background that we're not watching, that we're just listening to while we're doing our projects. But I find that when I have to watch something, because I really enjoy the program or whatever, I do resent it a little bit that I can't knit or I can't craft while watching the TV. And now the Zweig has made me master the not looking. I'm so happy. I know I'm sad, but it's taken me, I think I've been knitting, I don't know how long now. I want to say about 2 years. 2 years I've actually been knitting. Maybe, yeah, about 2 years. So it's taken me 2 years to master that talent, and I have finally done it. I'm so happy. So thank you Zweig for bringing me awesome new programs that I can watch and knit at the same time. Yay! So my next work in progress that I cannot watch TV at the same time, this is all about the trash on the background, is this is the Boho Blush by Andrea Mowry, or Drea Renee Knits on Ravelry. Okay, so this is the Boho Blush, and the yarn that I'm using is the Wool Barn, and in their blush colourway, which is nice and let's have a little look. So this is the Wool Barn, and it's their cashmere sock 4-ply in the blush. So it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and it is luxury at its finest. So this, I thought it was a fingering weight yarn, but it's 350 metres, so it's quite a thick, it's more like a sport weight, I think. We don't really have sport weight in England, but I think this is probably a sport weight, so I think that's what's giving it that super lovely chunkiness to it. So if you can really see properly, so it's got a nice garter stitch, then it has a brioche, and then garter and lace, garter and brioche again, garter and lace again, and then garter, and I am halfway through the last brioche section, and then there's one more garter section and it's finished. But I think currently I am up to 500 stitches. So it takes there and back, you know, to go all the way across. I think it's 20 minutes. So it takes 20 minutes to just knit one row. So it's really slowed down now, and now the brioche section as well. It's really slowed down, just because I've got to concentrate that little bit more. It's got a really nice rhythm to it now, the brioche. Now that I've got into it, it's got a really nice rhythm to it, and I understand now why people can do big jumpers made out of it, because I thought that just looked time consuming to me, but it really does have a nice, you know, once you get that rhythm, it really is nice. I've really enjoyed doing it. However, you'll notice I have got 2 different needles. So this needle is the new ones that I got. So these are Knit Pro Symphonies in the rosewood, in the rose needles, and this one is just a Knit Pro Nova because it snapped. So this is the first time that craziness. Oh no. Avalanche. So this is the first time that I've used the needles, and look, it snapped. So it snapped right at the join. So it's not like the wood snapped. I've not been vicious with it. I don't think I was being vicious with it anyway. I didn't think that I was knitting really tight or knitting really hard. There is a lot of yarn on those needles, so the moving it along might have done it, might have weakened it, but it really is right at the join. It's just completely just gone. I'm so annoyed with it. So I've asked, I think David got them from Amazon. Look, it fits perfectly back in. I'm like, oh, could I just like super glue? I don't want to super glue. David's gonna contact Amazon for me, I think. I've asked him to anyway, just so maybe we can get a replacement, because I really do like them. They're really nice to knit with. I've only knit this one thing. Oh, I knit the hat with for my grandma as well out of these. So, you know, they really are enjoyable, and I do like them. But yeah, I was really annoyed with that, and that's a 3.5mm. So that's the smallest size, but even still, I don't know. I was just disappointed that I snapped the needle. So, sorry, just putting that back. I don't want to lose it. Yeah, so now I'm knitting on 2 different ones. I really should just change and have my Novas on. But it is nice just having it one way. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this shawl being finished. When it's finished, it has like loads of fringe all the way around it, so you'll have loads of fringe around the thing. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be good. Yes, so that is it, guys. That is all my works in progress. I really want to cast on some new things. But I had some good news the other day. So, excuse me. I, through the day, my day job, obviously, is looking after James. But my maternity is about to finish. So I'm supposed to be due back to work on the 9th of March. As a job, I work as a care assistant for the elderly when in rehab, so respite and rehab centre. I work as a care assistant. So when the elderly have, you know, if they have an operation, or if they have hip replacements, or if they fall and hurt themselves, they come and stay with me, and I work alongside physiotherapists, and we get them back on their feet and we get them back home. It's a really, really rewarding job. I've enjoyed it, and I've worked there now for 14 years. However, I really, really want more time with James. So when I had Edward, I applied for... Edward is my eldest, sorry. When I had Edward, I applied for an extra year on the end of my maternity as like an unpaid leave, like a career break. It's called an employment break because I work with the council. And I was granted that, so when I had Edward, I had an extra year on the end, so I had 2.5 years in the end, a break until I went back. And this time I've applied for the same leave, and yesterday I got that leave granted. So, oh, I think we have James. He might be awake. I might just be wriggling. Anyway, yeah, so I applied this time though, instead of for 1 year, I applied until James goes to school. So that was an extra 2 years before I have to go back to work. So I get to stay off and craft and be at home with James and see him like take part in his development and watch him grow, and oh, I'm so happy that I get to stay at home. So it's an unpaid leave, so I'm not going to get paid, hence the reason why I now need to use my stash and not go crazy buying. I'm just going to check that James is not awake. 1 sec, guys. No, he's okay. He's just having a wriggle. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, leave. Okay, so I don't have to go back to work, and I am also considering, when James does go back to school, not going back to work. If I can get something that might sustain my staying off work. David's suggested that I go back to school, go back to university. I'd quite like to go maybe do tailoring or dressmaking. I don't know, textiles. I'm just so excited to learn more. So now I know I have 2 full years that I'm not allowed to work. I'm still employed, so I can't get another job. So unless I leave, basically. So I now have 2 years where I can do all the crafts. I can get, I don't know, I just want to learn more. I want to sponge all these like things in. I'd like to try the guild that I go to, the guild of spinning, weavers, dyers, spinners, spinning, weaving, dyeing. I go to a guild and they do a city in guilds, so they do a qualification. So you can do a qualification in dyeing or spinning or weaving, whatever you fancy. However, it's like a 4-module thing. I think 2 of it's practical, 2 of the modules are written, but there's no teaching involved. You've just got to kind of study yourself. It's like a self-study, so you can do it over time. You know, it could take years if you want it to. I'm not really into that. I like to have a structure. I like to be taught things. I don't know. I don't do well doing it myself. I need someone to say, right, on Monday morning we've got a lesson. This is when we're doing it. On, you know, Tuesday afternoons, this is when you sit down and you do your work. Otherwise, I just won't do it. I know myself. I think I went through school being a very, very last minute. I did everything last minute. You've got a deadline, do it the night before. I was really, really bad. So to leave me with, you know, no, it wouldn't work. So I'd quite like to, I don't know, it's there if I want to, but I think the idea of going back and studying and doing something that I can actually make a living out of that I enjoy would be a really good idea. And then Julie of Twist Tangle Fibres, who is part of my spinning group and goes to the guild and is the most lovely, lovely person ever. She dyed naturally. She's a brilliant natural dyer. She's a brilliant dyer of yarn. She is the lady that took us when I did a couple of episodes back. If you look through my episodes, we went for a day where we went to dye all this yarn and fibre. She showed us how to do it. She really generously gifted us like all this fibre that she had, and we used all her dyes and stuff. And she's just so knowledgeable, but she's a lovely, lovely natural dyer. That's her passion, and she has. So she's Twist Tangle Fibres. So have a little look on Instagram. I'm going to leave a little link below. And she was saying the other day about how we should do a collaboration together. She could do some fibres. She would dye some yarn, and I should make some project bags, and we could have maybe a stall or something at this. There's a couple of festivals that go out throughout Leeds. There's one in June that's held at Armley Mills, and because we're part of the Spinners of Air, which is held at Armley Mills, we might be able to get a table there. So that was an idea, and I got really, really excited and really, really just inspired by this idea that we were going to do this collaboration. So I just went all crazy, and I was like, right, okay, we're going to do these bags, I'm going to do these bags, and we need themes, and we need, I don't know, do you know when your mind just explodes? And like, I couldn't sleep last night because that's all I was thinking. I had this lovely news that I didn't have to go back to work, and then at the same day I had this lovely news from Julie that we got really inspired by each other. We really wanted to do this collaboration. We want to make our little kits together, do some yarn, do some project bags, maybe some stitch markers, maybe do a pattern. That'd be really nice. We can design a pattern together. Yeah, so I got super, super inspired. My brother does laser cutting as well, so I was like, oh, in my mind. And then I've got a friend down the road does the printing, and I'm like, oh, all these things. Do I ever have to go back to work? I hope I don't ever have to go back to work. So although I love my work, and the idea of having a job to go to at the end of these 2 years that I have off is absolutely lovely. Also the idea of maybe being able to do something that sustains itself. So if I can find something that might be able to sustain me not having to go back to work, I would jump at the chance. I would love to be my own boss. Again, going back to the I think I might have to get a little bit more discipline in my life, but so inspired. Brain is working 500 times a minute constantly, like, you can do this, we can do this together, we can do this together, like, let's have a theme, let's go off on this tangent, look at your beautiful yarns, I can't believe you want to work with me. She's so good. Guys, go check out Julie, she's absolutely amazing. Twist Tangle Fibres, her stuff is so lovely, and it's all beautifully naturally done. And I'm just so inspired by her, and I can't wait to work with her. I can't wait to just have our little meeting, and then I need to make some project bags. So I've made a couple of project bags in the past, and she's seen them and really likes them, and we think they'll go down really well. So it'd be really, really nice. So look out We might be at Leeds Wool Festival. How cool is that? And Leeds Wool Festival literally kind of marks a year, a 1 full year of me spinning, and nearly a year of me doing the podcast. So how cool, how far have we come in a year from tiny little James, like me making tiny little clothes for him, and now I can knit like a boss without even looking, you know, nearly a year later. So I'm really just happy with life. It's this, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have to go back to work. I get to spend time with my boys. I can craft in nap times. It's ace. So that's a lot, guys. That's everything I've been doing. I'm just trying to have a little look around now to see what I've got. I have actually been doing a little bit of spinning. So I tried to do a little bit of spinuary. So that was spin every day in January. I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it all, but I tried to take part in a little part of it. So I had a holiday at the beginning of January, and then I came back and tried to do, I think I probably spun, I did spinning about 14 days. So I did half of spinuary. So I was spinning this bat of it was surprise yarn, surprise fibre that I got in the Secret Santa of the Guild. So our December meeting is our Secret Santa, so something fibre related, all wrapped up, and I picked this lovely luscious bat of all these purples. This is half of it, and I have half still on the wheel. I'm so nearly finished, and then I'll be able to apply them together. So I took this to the guild meeting the other day to find out that my lovely Julie was the lady that gave it in, and I'm spinning her fibres. How cool is that? As soon as I picked it up, she went, I can't believe, she went, I have to tell you, because I know it's Secret Santa, so she didn't tell me in December. She went, but I have to tell you, that was mine. I can't believe you just gravitated towards, and I'm really glad you love it. I can't believe you're already spinning it. I was like, I do love it. And, you know, I should have known it was hers. So it's all merino. So I actually got to find out what fibre it is. So it's all merino. She didn't dye it, but she did blend it all together. So yeah, that's what I've been doing as well. So I've been spinning. I think probably one more session and I'll have everything, all the singles done, and then I'll be able to apply them together. So I'm looking forward to having some of my Julie's fibres all spun together. Yeah, so that's your lot, guys. This has been a happy one, hasn't it? Bit crazy, camera falling, camera moving, cameras changing, positions changing, hair getting bigger and bigger and bigger and crazier. Look at this. What is this? Anyway. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been to the end, that's brilliant. I hope you have fun with your knitting and crafts, and I'll see you all next time. Okay, I'll see you later, guys. Bye. Can't see shit.